Let me turn my phone off before it goes off during training. Okay, good morning. So we're going to get started. Everybody else shows up. They'll show up a little late. So what I wanted to do is go over the new agent mode in ChatGPT that just rolled out. And trust me, this is a little bit new to me as much as will be to you, but I wanted to just go through the different settings and the potential of what you can do. So let me share my screen and we're going to get started. Desktop. Okay, so hopefully you can all see my screen. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so this is, if you wanted to learn more about ChatGPT, you can actually go to OpenAI and Google GPT Agent, and this is the page that I'll land you on. For those of you that are already on the call, I will put this in the chat. Okay, so what it's doing is basically going to give you an introduction before we dive right into it. So you could try ChatGPT, of course, but it's showing you right here in this image slider that you can run agent code. So you can ask the AI machine to run code for you. It'll connect to your apps, just like you see. It'll connect to Gmail. So I tried this yesterday. It actually connected to my Gmail and had it scan my Gmail, tell me if there's any potential leads I'm missing out on. It's kind of pretty neat what it did. It can analyze your spreadsheets for you. So if you upload your data and your spreadsheets, it'll go through and analyze spreadsheets for you too. And it'll even create presentations for you. It's pretty phenomenal what you can do. So besides reading all of this data and information, let me scroll down to the bottom. This is a great place to start for those of you that want to learn. See, it's got sliders right here. It says, what is it that you want to look at? So if it's ChatGPT agent for spreadsheet, you just click the little button and it's going to walk you through how and explain
evolve to a AI agent centric worldview.
in 2 minutes how it's going to help you create or analyze a spreadsheet, which is pretty cool. So the training stuff is right here. It's pretty phenomenal. If you're looking for resource and action, if you're looking for customization, if you're looking for ChatGPT to create slideshows, this is it right here. This is 1 minute and 48 seconds. It's going to give you an overview on what ChatGPT agent can do for you. And of course, we're back to the first video. And it has more information on here, what's happening, what are you looking for, etc. So it's actually pretty neat. There's a lot of training on OpenAI's website regarding agent, ChatGPT agent. So take a look at it. Like I said, I put the link right there in the chat. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to this account. Now, if you have a free account of ChatGPT agent, AI agent doesn't apply to you. It has to be on the paid version or higher. Is it worth $20 an hour? I mean, $20, excuse me, $20 a month? Absolutely. I'm telling you right now, for 20 bucks a month, most of you spend 20 bucks on something that you really didn't need to spend it on. And this is actually going to help you with your business. I did a training when Mitch was here the other day and Friday, and I was showing him. Now, it does take time. So let me show you what I had done. I went in to, before we get to the nits of it, I went in and had ChatGPT go through. Um, I said, analyze my unread email to let me know if there's anything important. That's all I did. Boom. It said, sure, I'll check your unrated first is research API, blah, blah, blah. It did that. Then I followed the prompts and connected my Gmail account to chat. So we connected the two, boom. Then he went through and read all my unread emails, gave me a highlight, business related messages, if it's security related messages, if there's anything noteworthy happening, blah, blah, blah. Let me know if you want me to mark any of these as read. So I could have told it, yes, you know what, mark them all read. Because maybe some of you have emails that you haven't opened and it's like, I got 2,000 unread emails and I got to go through them. Well, you could tell it that, hey, if the emails are security or account notices, mark them red. Or if they're spam related or if they're related to promotions and ads, mark them red. It'll go through and mark them all red, which is kind of cool. So it saves you time. So after we going through all of my emails and stuff like that, I said, give me a list of the potential leads, including contact information. So it went through my emails that it went through, and I said, hey, is there anything in there that I should be paying attention to, especially a lead? And it would know a lead because it has a name, email, and phone number attached. So then it went through and found one because I know that's the one I have in there. It's an obsidiary referral, which I get as an admin when it routes to agents. And it says, hey, you have a new lead, blah, 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 and has the contact information. Pretty cool. Okay, so what I did the other day, that's the email part. We're gonna go live, so I want you to see how the machine interacts. But last week I did Clovis, and all I typed in was, give me a real estate housing market update for Clovis, and hit enter. And it spit it out all this data. Now I want you, it just, like I said, it's going to take about anywhere from 12, 13 minutes to 15, 16 minutes while it's doing its work. But I need you to pay attention to the whole thing because yes, the idea with it's going to be GPT agent, like I was talking to Mitch and Larry earlier, is to come up with the amount of content I came out with. Yeah, it may have took 20 minutes, 25 minutes, but that wasn't 25 minutes wasn't the amount of work I put in. I was waiting for it to process. The amount of physical work that I did was minute and a half at most. I gave it a command, enter. You could literally hit enter, and I'm going to show you why. And you can walk away and go get coffee, check your emails, check whatever you got to do. Let me check my text messages, double check my files while it's doing all the work. Once it gave me all the work, like it did here, it gave me the Clovis market update with all of this data. Now think about this. I could do this for a market that I'm trying to get into, and I can have it analyze that market and not even be a member of the MLS. Imagine that one. Because what it did, when it goes about pricing, it went to Redfin's website, and where it got this data, here's a link. Then it went to Zillow. Here's the link where it got the, see, 26 housing market, homes, prices, and trends. It talks about inventory and sales volume. Rocket Homes noted for 84 homes sold and pending in June. See, 9.7 decline. And let me get this thing out of my way. That doesn't belong there. Nearly 48% sold under asking, 23 at asking, and 30% above asking. That is coming from Rocket Mortgage. So think about this. I asked one question and let it analyze and gave me this data, which is actually almost accurate because it scoured the web, and you're going to see it in a little bit. Days on the market, it gave me all that data. Phenomenal. Then it went down and it says, okay, once we get past that, what does this mean to buyers and sellers? Because you guys want to be able to create content for buyers and sellers, right? Like, hey, I have all this data that I literally typed in, took 10 seconds, hit enter, and I walked away to go get some coffee while it was processing all this data. So I didn't do any work. Now I'm going to come in here and look at this, read this real quick, and ask it. So this is the second part that ChatGPT gave me. It says, hey, for buyers, moderate prices and slightly more inventory increase by negotiating leverage. Okay, but for sellers, despite slower sales, per square foot values are about 2% different. Homes near schools and community amenities remain in demand. Like, okay. Then it gives you a broad view. Then it went through and gave me this table summary. Look at the amount of data that it gave me. And then it gave me advice. Here's the advice. For buyers, for sellers, for both. And then it asked me, would you like more in-depth neighborhood breakdown? So I could have told it, yes, go into this zip code and break that down for me. Or go into this subdivision, break that down for me. And it would have done it. Okay, so it's phenomenal what it can do. So I did another one here. This is the Clovis market one I did later. So I said, give me a real estate housing market on Clovis. Understood. Worked for 3 seconds and says, okay, I'm going to be compiling. Great. And this took roughly, all this data took roughly about 16 minutes. So once it did, it gave me all of this data stats. Market type, seller's market, medium price and price per square foot, medium listing price, medium sold price, sales to list price ratios, medium days on the market. Now remember, it's getting this data while it was live, and you're going to see that. So I just want to show you the amount of data this thing can spit out. Number of properties sold pending. Look at the price per bedrooms. It broke that down. It broke down days to sell, sales versus asking. Then it broke down all this additional content. To some people, it's overkill. Understand. Now, think about this. Key takeaways gave me all that. This report includes key matrix on all kinds of data. Perfect. So, what I did instead of like, okay, that is too much because I'm not going to read all that. And neither are you guys. Trust me, I know you guys. So I said, hey, based on this info, remember, I typed in that, walked away for, or sat at my desk doing things for 16, 17 minutes. Then when I got done, about 17 minutes later, I said, based on this info, create 5 Facebook posts with call to action and also a hook that will stop them from scrolling, grab their attention. Say, sure, I will create 5 scroll stopping Facebook posts. It worked it for about 20 seconds. 20 seconds, guys. 20 seconds. Analyzing all that data that I had to, that took about 18 minutes, but not my physical time of 18 minutes. I could have walked away and done stuff for 18 minutes. And it gave me a hook. Did you know most Clovis homes are off the market in a month? It gave me the body right there, and it gave me the call to action. Now I just got to find an image. And here's the links to all those sources where it found that data. So it's very credible data. Okay. Gave me 5. Then I went back and says, can you create an image for each of these posts? Remember, it was about a 30, 40 seconds of my own physical time. We were about a minute of my physical time. Now I'm typing, can you create an image for each post? Okay. Then it went in and says, okay, now remember, I'm still, my physical time alone is about less than a minute still, because all I'm doing is typing anyway. It's all the dead time that I was doing other things. So the first one says, did you know that most Clovis homes are off the market in a month? So I showed a clock. It's amazing when it creates this image. It's thinking, and it's you can see what it's thinking because it types it up on the screen, like, well, yeah, we need a house and we need a clock and dollar signs, and it's talking to itself. You can physically see what it's doing, and it's creating the image. Post 2, prices are steady. Inventory is rising. So see, rising, arrow going up. It's and then the third one was with homes are appreciating. See, homes are increasing. It's phenomenal what it creates because the image is actually relevant to that content. Balance versus seller market. Here's another image it created. And then the last one was this one. Hook, a closer look at the numbers. Are you leaving money on the table? See, and it gives me all of this. So now my physical work was about a minute and a half. Spit it all this. Yes, it took about 25 minutes. My physical work, that's what you have to understand with AI. Your physical work is 2 minutes, not 27 minutes, because you have time in between while you're waiting for it to process to do everything else that you need to do and let this finish and type in 5 social media posts or 5 Instagram posts, enter, and you walk away and you get something else done that you had to get done. Now, think about it. With relevant content and data, I got 5 social media posts. I could put one each day with an image that my physical time was about a minute and a half. Phenomenal what you can do. Okay.
Well,
So
so tell them about the YouTube dialogue that you created. That was cool. I
I got to figure out which
think it was the Visalia one.
in here. Let me see.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was cool because it even had the timeline.
A call to
There it
action.
is. You
Okay.
just passed it. Yeah.
So when Mitch was here with me yesterday, we put in act as a top realtor in California with a degree in financial statistics. I need you to give me a market update for Visalia, California, covering 3 months. That's what I told it. Took me about 30 seconds to type it up because Miss was sitting right here. It analyzed, took 11 minutes. it analyzed, this is what it was doing. It was actually, and we're going to do this from scratch by share market. Okay. Then it gave me all of this data and all of this. And Mitch was like, man, how do I? It would be cool if it would give me a YouTube script so I could talk about creating a 2-minute video. Hey, that's pretty powerful, a 2-minute video. So we asked after it got done, and him and I were just shooting the breeze for about 13 minutes while he was doing that. We went and got coffee and came back. So think about that. We said create a 2-minute script using that data, which is super accurate. And it worked for 15 seconds. And it says, here's a polished script. Okay. And it broke down the script. Opening should take you 20 seconds. Hi, I'm Bob, top realtor in Visalia with a background in financial statistics. Today I'm bringing you the market update covering the past 3 months, May through July. Whether you're planning to buy or sell, this 2-minute snapshot will help you make an informed decision. Pretty cool. And then you read the other 20 seconds. Then you read the other 50 seconds, 30 seconds. Then you got the 15 minutes reading. And then you got this. Now you could take longer while you're reading it, but think about this and closing. For personalized advice on navigating this dynamic market, feel free to reach out. I'm Bob Patel, and I'm honored to help you buy and sell your home with confidence. Thank you for watching. Now, everybody on this call, I don't think any of you could put a video together or a script like that. It'd probably take you a week. So think about it. And it based it on this relevant content that we had AI to research. So it came out with that script that you can actually, there's a lot of script apps out there that they'll show you the words while you're reading it and you're in front of a camera. Talk about becoming a local expert. Now, remember, one of the things that most people don't realize, and most of you don't realize, I had Sarah reach out. She's with a brokerage back east. Sent me an email, say, "Hey Bob, can you help me create a blog for my website?" And I called her. She didn't answer, and I told her, "No, you don't need a blog for your website because you're never going to manage it." I told her, and it says, "I will explain later." And the reason I said no, because a blog on a website is not going to help her. Why? Because we are switching to AI search on Google. When most people search Google, you get relevant content. So if I'm looking for a local plumber, yes, it's going to show local plumbers with the result. But now, if most people go to AI mode or searching AI, and I'm like, I can ask AI anything I want, local plumber. So what it's going to do is thinking, it's searching, and it's going to answer me as AI would answer. You guys with me? Now remember, when it was searching, I don't know if any of you paid attention, but when it was searching Google My Business listings. Now think about this, though. Some of you have a Google My Business listing, and I've been saying it forever, and nobody ever seems to listen to me, is your Google My Business listing is important. It is going to get even more important because your Google listing content will rank in AI search over your website. So if I go back to agent mode here and type in local plumber again, watch what it's searching right here. It's thinking, search, Google Maps. Goes to Google Maps, looks for listings and find out plumbers, reviews, are their services set up, and then pulls that like an AI. So when I talk to Sarah later, it says, hey, in Google, there's an option to update. I need you to create updates on a Google post that even if it's related to a plumber, even because remember, they're your partner vendors. If it's landscaping, so, 5 landscaping tips to increase curb appeal, and you create content for more information, contact ABC Landscaping or put a link to ABC Landscaping because it's okay if the link shows up, the content shows up, and the link shows up to ABC, but it's pulling the content from your Google listing. The second important, before I get sidetracked, totally sidetracked, is Google will search, AI search will search your Google listing, and number two, it'll search YouTube.
Hey, Bob,
Yes.
real quick before you get off this topic, have you looked at the numbers that you just pulled up? it's rated by the highest rating and the number of reviews that it has. There's one that has more reviews, but the rating's lower. So it
right?
actually it's actual relevance to the
So
Google.
yes, so what it's going to, that's why it's important. We've been talking about to all our agents forever. Reviews, 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 reviews are king. You have to get reviews, whether they're negative or positive, it doesn't matter. It's also going to look at how you're replying back to a negative review. It says, okay, you got a negative review. I understand as an AI that can't be 100% 5 star, but I like the way you replied back. And it doesn't matter on the quantity, it also matters on the context of the reply, because this thing is gonna read your reviews. So those of you that are doing deals, contracts, and you don't have every one of your clients leaving you a review, you're missing the boat because you're not going to get relevant leads from Google AI search if you don't get a review from every single one of your clients. Does that mean you have to do it at closing if you're a brand new agent? Absolutely not. Can you do an open house and ask the people that say, hey, thank you so much. I love your service. Oh, well, you're welcome. Thank you. If you love my service, would you mind leaving me a review on Google? You can ask your partner vendors to leave you a review, a professional review. It could be a landscaper, plumber, an electrician, somebody that does wrought iron work or whatever it is. You reciprocate as a business professional review. Okay, so reviews are king and YouTube. So let me go backtrack here, back to this. Okay, so how does Agent A chat work? So we're going to go through it. I'm going to start a new chat. Now, one of the things you do is if you hit the plus option, you can add photos and files. So you can upload a PDF, upload a bunch of PDFs, and you can say, okay, I need you to do whatever you're going to do and scan these documents and analyze them. That's fine. Or I can connect apps. I can connect it to my Google Drive, to my Microsoft Drive, or to Microsoft OneDrive. I can connect them and I can tell it to pull data, files from there, read it, analyze those financials, and give me a report. What we are looking at is tools, not the plus, the tools. Agent mode. On a paid account, you get about 40. So I've already almost hit the half mark. 40 times you can use agent mode, brand new agent mode chat, not an existing one. Okay. Deep research, same thing. I want to do deep research. It'll literally think and you'll watch it. I'm like, God, you just thinking about, no, that doesn't make sense. It'll go back and forth and do a deep research on whatever content you're looking for. Create an image, getting a lot better at creating an image. Study and learn is a new feature that just rolled out and it's great for kids because it helps them study and learn. Don't know how it actually works, but you actually learn something new. So let's say AI. I'm just going to type it in. It's going to go through, hey, before we dive in, we are looking at learning basics. Let me narrow it down so I can guide you better. Learn the basics. Yeah, learn basics. So it's creating a study guide, basically, for somebody that wants to learn. Once you answer this, we'll move on to the next idea type of AI. So that's what that does. We are going to go to web search. So you can actually put in a website. Hey, can you check out this website and give me explain what's making it rank higher than my website? Stuff like that. We're going to go to agent mode. So see now agent mode gives you a bunch of suggestions, research, carbon capture, cost trends, and projections. I have no idea what that is. Reports, research personal cooling solutions for hot weather. Compare baby-led wearing versus traditional spoon feeding. Have no idea where they come from, but oh well. Action. You can ask it to take action. You can say it's based on spreadsheet, build a spreadsheet based on X, Y, and Z, or build me a presentation. Kind of neat what it does. Let's say you're gonna do, we're gonna do suggest. We're not gonna do suggested, but here, web search, and I had connected my Gmail. That's when it went and scanned my Gmail. I can connect it to Box. I can connect it to Canva, to Dropbox, and to GitHub, and connect more. I can connect to SharePoint, Outlook, Teams, my calendar on Outlook, on schedules. I can go manage. These are the connectors. These are the personalizations that you can do. A lot of different things you can do, but we're going to get out. So we're going to keep regular turn on off Gmail. We're just going to do a web search. So I live in the city of Visalia. So let's say we are looking at ramping up Visalia and I need to create content because I want to be shown as a local expert. So give me a local market real estate. For the last 90 days. That's what we're gonna do. Hey, but shit is so big. But oh well, we're gonna let it run. Um, you know what? I'm gonna pick Farmersville. It's a smaller town and there's not enough data, so which it won't take as long. Same concept anywhere else. If you're in a big town, it's going to take a while because in your larger town, you have maybe thousands of listings and actives and pendings and sold. So it has to analyze over the last 90 days. I'm going to pick Farmersville. It's a smaller town, so we don't take up all this time. So all I'm punching in for update on what am I doing? Farmersville, California. Enter. So, thinking. So it's going to set up a virtual desktop. This thing will blow your mind. So set up a virtual desktop. It says, I'll look into the current trends for the market statistics for Farmersville over the 90 days. Do you have a specific metric? So it's asking you, is there anything in particular looking for? Such as median home price, number of homes sold, or just a general overview? I'm going to say general overview. Enter. So hang tight. Now, once this starts, remember, I only typed in about 30, 40 seconds of this. Now, this is the time you decide you're going to go hang out at the water cooler, go walk your office. I'm going to go to the coffee maker, and I'm going to go and watch what it does. It's looking at all of these websites, and it's going to go through. So right now, it's going to open up a new tab. So it's going to open up all of these different links. Hopefully, it doesn't decide not to act the way it's supposed to today, but we'll see. There you go. Tell me what it's doing. It's actually realtor.com. I'll navigate using the computer tool. Okay, let's do that. Just going to use a computer tool. I need to open up Zillow to gather data. Okay. So it's going to open up Zillow. And here we go. So now it opened up Redfin. Looking at the Farmersville. Well, it went to Texas, but never mind. Now it's in California. So now it's looking at Redfin first. See, it's going through listings. It is phenomenal, guys. Housing trends. It's looking at housing trends. It's still on redfin.com. If you notice at the red top hand right here, it's on redfin.com. It's reading the data for the last 90 days, and it's going to help compile the content that we want. Now think about this. Really, I'm not doing anything right now, so I could be like looking at my files, organizing something, but I'm gonna let this run because I don't want to interrupt it. So this is a great time early in the morning. Like, you know what? Let me just let this run. Let me go get a coffee, check in with the other agents. How you guys doing? Or make some phone calls if you're gonna make some phone calls. But I should have told it not to include Farmersville, Texas. I don't know where it's getting that from, but excuse that error. Should have known better, California.
Bob, it's saying that it's actually going to YouTube. It can actually watch a video fast
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
No way.
So when we were talking about ranking on AI search and it goes to YouTube, so what it's doing is looking for YouTube to have a title, let's say um, lawn care tips in Visalia, California. And somebody's AI searching lawn care tips and they live in Visalia, California. It's going to look at Google to see if anybody put up on Google Business, Google listing to see if anybody created a post regarding landscaping tips for Visalia. If it does it, it goes to YouTube. If it finds a video that's called landscaping tips in Visalia, it's going to go through that video, read that video, figure out who did it, and then bring the results back.
Hey, Bob, real quick. I mean, this is just theoretical, and we got a little bit of time. Is it because YouTube has like the captions and everything, so the AI can read the captions? I mean,
Well,
that yeah.
AI can read your images.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yes. So we're gonna let this thing finish, and I just want you guys to see how this thing works and how you could potentially use it. The easiest way to do it is if you have a ChatGPT account, just typing something that you want to know in agent mode, and let it do its work. It's gonna take time because remember, you're asking it to do either research or something. But if it comes back with the content that you're like, whoa, that's exactly what I was looking for, then tell it to give you a script. Type it in, and it gives you a 2-minute script because you asked for a 2-minute script. I can create a video. Then you tell it to give you 5 Instagram content for 5 Instagram reels, and it gives you that. And also, I need 5 or 3 social media posts for Facebook to target sellers with a call to action. All of that physical work that you actually did literally probably took you under 2 minutes. See, it's still going. It's still going to read. It's still, you can see all those properties that it has a list. Stevens, and here we
There
go.
it is.
So, Farmersville, California, over the last 9 days, competitive sellers market. Real estate describes Farmersville market as a very competitive. Estimate that homes sell in average of 21 days. So, anybody in Visalia that wants to sell a home fast, go get a listing in Farmersville. Okay. And then once it gives you all of this information, it broke down the medium pricing according to Redfin, medium listing price according to Realtor.com for June, and Rocket MLS July. Medium sales per square foot, $319 a square foot for June 20. Holy Moses. Wow. And that's
That's
at
a lot.
45.9% year over year. Giving you this information, average estimation. Then it gives you data. Here it is. Home sold, Redfin, that home sold for 2029. It's giving you all of this data. And it tells you exactly where you got the data from. Shows more figures. And then it says market indicator. Buyer versus seller power. Price trend. Equity and distress. Then it gives you a summary of this. So I could literally says, give me a 2-minute script for YouTube content. Okay, so I'm going to ask it to create a 2-minute script for, I should have put, I thought I typed YouTube, but I put tube. Hopefully it understands what I'm thinking about. So it's thinking, so it's been going back, analyzing all that data.
It understood you.
Oh, of course, thank God, because it knows me. So now it says, hey, I'm creating a video. And there it is. There's an
11 seconds
introduction,
again.
market overview, prices, sales activity, inventory, and closing.
Awesome.
So it gave me the script. I could have totally break it down second by within 15 second segments or whatever. But then at the same time, I can say, now this literally took me about a minute typing, me just typing. So now I'm going to say, give me 3 scroll stopping posts with call to action for targeting potential sellers with an image. Let's see what happens. So I typed that up for 15 seconds and we're going to wait. It's thinking to walk away while it's doing what it's doing. All research, engaging posts, targeting potential sellers, call to action, share posts and images. So now it's trying to figure out, okay, we're looking at images. What can we do? What can we do? I'll share the full post and images with you shortly. So it's analyzing data from all over the place, looking at images from all over the place for you so you don't have to do the work yourself. I know how busy people get, but imagine what this thing can simplify. The main thing with AI is not going to take your job away. And I think the idea is how can I use it to save some time? That is it. Because think about it. If I can do the video, put out all the content, and I literally physically only did about 2 minutes of work while it was doing all the work itself, that's a lot of time in between that I could have dedicated to doing something else, organizing files, whatever, making a list for prospecting or who I'm going to call a little bit later on. Or I could be right now making phone calls because
Wow.
this thing doesn't talk. What did you say?
Popped up a photo. I'm sorry.
Should I mute you?
I'm sorry.
So that's the whole idea with AI to figure out how can you use it to make you more productive. So we're gonna let it keep finishing. I don't know what kind of images it's gonna pop out with, but we'll see. Um, Now it's using image gen, abstract images, using a house with a checklist with a soul sign. Okay, great. Definitely curious to see where it's gonna come out with. But definitely the images will be relevant to the post. That's the good thing because they're consistent. Whatever the image is relevant to that post that we created. We just didn't put up an image and we didn't just create a post just
You
to
know,
put one up.
Bob, as a real estate agent, and usually, I don't really go into anybody else's backyard to sell property. But if you weren't familiar with a particular suburb or city or place, this definitely would prepare you for any information that you may be lacking in a particular area. I mean, that is pretty damn cool.
Well, especially stats. If you're looking for
Exactly.
stats to impress a potential seller,
Hmm.
this will give you the stats.
Hmm.
Hey, according to this is what we're talking about. And you could probably potentially go down to says, okay, now you're giving me all the data on Visaya. If I was to get a potential listing for a home at this particular address,
Exactly.
knowing that I'm going to use comps within about less than a quarter mile radius, could you give me an ideal pricing? It probably could. It's going to
Hmm.
take some time because now it's going to go back and look at all the solds over the last 90 days. She's created one image. Homes are ascending. Orange arrow. Boom. Okay.
And it should be accurate because it's got broker reciprocity, right? So it's got the data from Zillow and Redfin and all that. So yeah,
Right.
that's pretty damn good.
So now this one says minimalistic illustration of a simple house outlined with checklist icons, blueprint inspired design, cool colors, and modern and abstract, no text.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, thank you. Because I bet none of you could have put that image together in probably 3 hours. So
I,
that's the whole idea. It's like to set it, let it do its work for you. It's your assistant right here. This is your assistant for that one chat regarding this one. You can come back to this chat conversation and says, "Hey, can you thank you for creating all of this content for me, but can you create me some Instagram reels too? Based on this contest, keep it the content simple." So you tell it how I want you to act and how I want you to create the content, and it's going to do that. I'm kind of curious to see what this blueprint's going to look like and how this thing finishes off. But I think it's something that everybody needed to see because the potential of how you can use this tool. And like I said, for $20 a month, okay, blueprint
that's
out
cool.
with checklist. Okay. I'm looking at the current page as requested. I'll continue to proceed gathering information. Thank you very much. And it's telling you exactly what it's doing. Now it's creating the third one. So bright celebrity graphic, stylish tag, confetti to represent a home sale, dynamic composition, bold colors, and abstract shapes. Okay, now it's creating that one based on the post. So we're gonna let it finish. And the cool thing is when you're doing this, you're watching it do it while you're just, like I said, you could be prospecting, making your calls right now. You type in something, boom, and keep making your calls or you're checking your files, you're doing that. And this is doing all the work for you in the background. So we're going to give it a couple of minutes while it finishes the third image. And, but it's nothing that you can use Agent iChat. It says it's taking too long. You can't do that. It is your assistant. You just give it what you want, what data you're looking for, and you sit back and let it do its work. And then, like I said, you find something that you need to accomplish in between. And trust me, you're going to save a lot of time. I wouldn't be surprised if you can save on idle task work 15, about 10 hours a week at least, because most of you spend a lot of time trying to figure out content, especially Facebook. See, there's an image right there. Thinking about selling, now's the time to list. Nice. It's still going. I'll generate the image by explicitly ensuring no text. Okay. So it's going through putting all the images together. They're all very unique images. They're all probably not, hasn't been out there, so they're not copywritten. They're all unique to you and AI. So we'll give it a few more minutes. Now there is an option, if you see these three little dots right here while it's working, there is an option to take over the browser. And I have not done that yet because I don't have enough time to take over what it's doing right now. I could take over that browser. I have not done that. I honestly don't have the time to do it. And for now, those of you that are going to use Agent Chat is just let it do what it does. Ask for the content that you're looking for. Especially if you're looking for more sellers, that's what you want it to do. Run a market update or a history on a specific area, and then ask it to create content for sellers. How do I attract sellers? It'll do the research and then help you come up with scroll stopping text or social media posts. Boom. Oh, that's the soul sign, I think. Okay. Keep going. I'll proceed to, okay. Syncing images for embedding.
Jeez.
Okay. Waiting for instruction. I am currently waiting further instructions to process. Okay. Not from me, you're not. So, oh, creating 3 Facebook posts. I'm designing the engaging Facebook posts for potential sellers with a call to action. There we go.
Wow.
So it was telling you everything it was doing like if it was your assistant, which is cool. First image, Farmersville prices are holding strong and prices per square inch is climbing. That price per square inch is climbing. That's where this arrow kicks in. Because Google will read that image like, oh, there's an arrow going up because Google can read images. And it says, wow, that is a perfect image describing this post. First one was like I said, Farmersville prices are holding steady. Price per square foot is climbing. Each modest homes are commanding premium value thanks to tight supply and steady demand. If you're thinking about making a move, now's the time to consider it. Ready to see what your home could fetch? Message me for a free, no obligation home analysis today.
That's cool.
Okay, second one was this one. Homes and Farmersville going under contract in as little as a month. Checklist, signing the contract. Got the call to action. Curious how quickly your home could sell. Let's chat for a game plan and get your home ready. Most of you couldn't have put this together in 5 minutes, trust me. 3, same thing. From cozy fixer-upper to move-in ready family homes, recent home sales have ranged from low to 200s to the mid 300s, with many sellers pocketing nearly their asking price, with most common homeowners sitting on a lot of equity. See, and then the call to action is thinking about selling but unsure where to start. Reach out for a confidential consultation and explore your options. So think about it. I got 3 social media posts for the entire week. I could ask you to create more content based on all of this content. I got a script for YouTube, and the physical amount of work I had to do was about 2 minutes. Even though we've been on this call for 45 minutes, the physical work I did doing this, typing, was about 2 minutes. And then all the other time was, like I said, we organize files, we do what we got to do, take care of tasks that have to get done. You could have walked away and whatever you had to do. But I just wanted to give you guys an overview of what this thing can do and the amount of content. You could ask it right here while you're still on the same chat. Create me now 3 Instagram reels or content for a reel, or can you summarize everything into a one pager? So can you summarize the market in a one page?
Hey Bob,
Yeah.
Jennifer Padilla had a question really quick. She said, could you ask it to use Canva to create an image? I haven't played with that, so I wouldn't know, but
I think I don't know. Why don't you test that out and get back to us, Jennifer? That would be amazing. I haven't done that. I know there's a canvas option and there's a Canva option. Canva. So I
yeah,
think you can, if you connect it, tell it to go to Canva and export these posts. I don't want to stop it in the middle of this, but let me see. So
that's fine.
I told it right now to create me a one-page summary of the Farmersville housing market. So it's going through analyzing. So it opened up a terminal, computer terminal. It's doing all the work, and now it's going to create a report. Once it gives me a report, it's going to ask me, do you want it in a PDF format? Then you tell it, yes, so it's going to deliver a file to user, working for 49 seconds. Here is that summary. Bum, 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 bum.
That's cool.
And I'm going to ask it, can you convert that to a PDF format? Because then I can have it. I can email it to a potential seller. Hey, I want you to take a look at this report that I put together for you on the market in Farmersville. Let me know what you think. So now it's going to convert the whole thing, that report, to a PDF format. Let me make sure. It's trying to connect where it needs to connect to be able to finish the task. See, whatever it needs, like a report lab, it needs to install it. So it's going to install it. Library PDF, widely available in base. I'll check if it's blah, blah, blah. But it's kind of neat. You get to see what it's thinking and what it's doing, which freaking just amazes me. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, good. Instead of it just a blank screen working, 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 you get to see what are you working on, how are you doing, and plus it's talking to itself. I'm gonna work on this. Well, that didn't work. I'm doing this. Attempting PDF creation. Okay. So now we're gonna wait a second. So now we did. Got the market analysis, we got the YouTube script, we got the scroll stopping Facebook post, and now we're asking to create a one pager. Hopefully it spits it out that I can print out and have available. Maybe I'm going to do an open house on Saturday. So I want that one pager because I'm going to put it up in Canva and create a cover sheet with it, maybe a double-sided, and then because maybe this is just a one pager, you won't know until it's done. But then you could have it available. Say, hey, just to let you know, I created a report for you on the housing market in Farmersville, California. So you're welcome to take that. If you have any questions, feel free to call me. Or you know what, if you're working with an agent, please call your agent. So here is the market summary in PDF. I'm going to click that link. It downloaded it. And oh, it didn't work. Oh man, I don't want that. Okay, never mind.
Maybe it
Didn't
didn't
do a really
download
good
all the way
job.
yet.
But let me see if I can go to Canva. Permission required, continue, like what Jennifer asked, allow.
That was easy.
Okay. But I think it took me out of my chat. And we go back here and sources, Canva is on. Oh, now I can open up Canva. Okay. Can you recreate the social media post in Canva? Now you're thinking, because I connected it. Like I said right here, it shows I turned it on. So now we're going to see what it does. Satisfy Jennifer, because now she's going to be knocking on my door as soon as this training's over, and I'm going to have to lock my door, close my blinds. So now it's connecting, and I can just feel her laughing right there.
No way.
Getting an API key to connect to Canva. So hang tight. See, the thing with Agent I chat, you just got to know the potential. You don't have to be an expert. Just know, like, huh, I could do this. It's not overwhelming. I'm just going to type in, can you tell me about the home sales and it's going to give it to you. Now, can you create me, can you break that down into simple terms I can explain to potential sellers? And it'll break it down. Now you're like, okay, it took 10, 15 minutes to get me the content on a specific area that I want because that's the area I want to target as a local expert. It gave it to me in a simple format. Now I can, and then can you also break it down into a YouTube video that I can create in simple terms? It'll create that, create me social media posts, and all of that you can do and to become relevant on social media, but then relevant to AI. And then of course you could also say, also create me 3 posts to put on my Google listing, but you could still use the images that it created for Facebook, use those images, but create up to 1,500 characters for a Google post. And now you got 3 posts you can put on your Google listing at the same time because you already have the images for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And now you're satisfied in Google that I'm keeping my Google listing relevant in between asking clients for a review. So you could literally do a whole bunch of stuff within an hour and get content for a whole bunch of an hour. Now, I have no idea what it's doing on Canva, but what the heck. Well,
It looks like it's
it's searching all the Canva templates.
yeah, it is.
Oh, local home.
Oh, come on.
Oh, man. Go get them. Get them. Now, it's thinking again. It's trying to figure out how to get around what it can't do. I'll make a call to the API using a query. Real estate social media API doesn't accept the limit character. So it's thinking. It's still reading from Canva. Come on. Pretty neat how, especially the visual part, that I can see what it's doing, what it's thinking, what it's
Yeah,
trying to do. Unfortunately, didn't allow it to do it.
it's okay.
But
We'll keep trying.
hey, you can use Canva, search for real estate, blah, blah, blah. So basically now we got to figure out, okay, what if I connect these, what does it allow me to do?
Mm.
So, hey, Jennifer, would you like to do that research? And then maybe next week you can do a training on the 9 o'clock show. I can have you as a special guest. So we'll see if Jennifer will take me up on that challenge since this was her question she was asking. So hopefully everybody enjoyed this training. I know it was a lot, but just wanted you to see what Agent Chat can do for you in GPT. But it's amazing what it does, what kind of content you can cap because you can't argue the content. It searched the web, scoured listings, scoured sold. So this data is 100% accurate. And you could even say, can you give me some talking points for potential sellers that I can target? It'll give you all the talking points in plain English.
Wow, that is really, there's a lot of things you could use that for, man.
So I said, give me 7 talking points for potential sellers on the fence. So let's see if it understood what I meant by that. They're on the fence. I mean, they haven't decided. So talking points is thinking, and it's going to look. And whatever you're thinking, the best thing with Agent Chat is just type it in and see what kind of results you get. And now it's going to create 7 persuasive. Oh, there it is. Farmersville. Low inventory means less competition. Dude, you're going to have less competition right now. Perfect. Sale prices remain robust. I mean, your sale prices are high. So this is the time to sell. A home sell quickly when price rises. If we sell it right, we can sell it. Okay, great. Prices per square foot is rising. You're more likely sitting on considerable equity. Demand is resilient despite high rates, and the market supports a healthy price range. So it's giving you talking points, and you pick one of those and talk about it, or it says, hey, for each talking point, create me a social media post. So now you could do that. Now you're for each 7 talking points, it's going to create 7 social media posts if you ask it to do that. Now you got 7 more posts you can put out onto social media, but the amount of work you literally physically did was minimal.
Bob, are there many agents from Visalia on this call?
On what?
Are there many agents from Visalia on this call?
One, two, three, four, 5 from our company.
I mean, it's basically what this data is showing us that, as Visalia starts to price out itself, the surrounding neighborhoods are rising in, productivity price, and no one's attacking it because volume, the inventory is low. That's definitely a
Well,
sign.
everybody's targeting the big cities because it has the most
Yeah.
listings, so they're comfortable. But the
Mhm.
outskirts town, you could become an expert in that town real fast if you use something like this and create content. You could be the go-to person in that little town that nobody's even thinking about doing because they want to focus on the big town.
Yeah. And well then and in turn, these people that are probably in these rural areas need to downsize and maybe get into a smaller house in town near, hospitals and other facilities, family. So, I mean, that
Most
definitely,
people, most people in rural towns usually have a high equity because they've probably been there for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
or it's a generational home.
Mm-hmm.
Passed on. Now the kids are like, ah, we don't want to stay here. This was my grandparents' home, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a way to capture or be part of a specific niche market or move into a market you want to do by using this to create the content for you
Oh,
and putting it out. So now everybody says, wow, you know what? Bob keeps putting great information about Farmersville, California. He must be an expert realtor
yeah,
or,
that's so.
or in that market. So let's contact him to sell our home.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully this training helped. If you guys have any questions, you always know how to reach me. If there's nothing else, you guys have an amazing day. Thank you.